Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw. Today I'm going to be talking about a type of news I usually don't cover on this channel, but since it's not just one, but two band members that decides to leave the band, and the fact that I did cover this band's entire discography a little while ago, I decided I wanted to talk about this piece of information. So yesterday, as I'm recording and uploading this video, I read some information about Shawn, the drummer of Megadeth, quitting the band. I'm going to read a little bit about what he said and also about the next person. Because within a few hours after Shawn announcing he's leaving Megadeth, a few hours later, late at night for my time, at least the time zone I'm in, Broderick announces he's quitting as well. And reading their statements as I'm going to look through them right now, that they both basically say some of the same things about they're going to be moving on to doing different things. Shawn was talking about that he was exiting the band after a 10-year stint, and he wanted to try to do some other musical things, and he's hoping that we look forward to it, which is great. That's cool. He's, already busy. He's already looking forward to other things. Broderick, the guitarist, former guitarist at this point now, as he's quit Megadeth, said this little bit extra piece of information that's very interesting. A little bit more info than we got from Shawn. Broderick starts off his little thing about him quitting Megadeth with, due to artistic and musical differences. And then he continues on saying that he is sad to say he's leaving the band. And reading this information, seeing how Chris said that and Shawn didn't, it makes me think, what was happening behind the scenes? We'll probably learn a little bit more down the road about what exactly happened, but I have a feeling Shawn was in the same boat as Broderick, that they both were not happy with where the band was currently was be heading to, or is currently at the moment. Who knows? But it's interesting because when the news broke about Shawn that there was information apparently confirmed, or maybe it was not officially confirmed, not 100% sure, that Megadeth said they were going to go back into the studio for the next studio record in January and then do a big tour some point in 2015. If that's the case, then this is pretty interesting. Like right before they're supposed to get back into that studio, they both drop out. And it's interesting that they both drop out basically within a few hours of each other. So I have a feeling that this was planned ahead and they both decided we're going to do this at the same time, and Dave Mustaine may or may not have known. If he was not informed and they weren't having a discussion way before this was officially announced, then this is a big slap in the face of Dave Mustaine, because they both leave. It's not just one band member, two leave at the same time. There's 100 million theories going on about what's the next thing for Megadeth, what happens with Dave Mustaine and David Ellison. Here are my three biggest things that could possibly happen, the three biggest ways they could go. But, some of them are negative, but it is what it is. The first one, Dave Mustaine calls it quits. I've read a couple of interviews where he has said that he is very happy with this lineup, obviously before this happened, with, himself, David Ellison, Broderick, and Shawn. Now that's gone. Half of them are gone. So, and he was saying on top of that how he's very happy about that with this lineup, that he doesn't want to continue on if this lineup changes. He doesn't want to bring anybody else into the fold. He doesn't want to do that. He would rather retire the name or retire the band or whatever. So that may happen. He may retire the band and say, we're not going to get anybody else. Second thing is, if we're planning very soon to go into that studio to make the next Megadeth record, they get session musicians and then just create the record. Kind of like The System Has Failed. Just get session musicians to perform on guitar and drums. That could happen. Third, which is a more positive outlook, but will be very interesting to see what happens with that, they get two band members to replace the guitars and drums. That'd be very interesting. But I think if they go that route, they got to find people, of course, in their age range. They don't need to go and try to, pick up, these young lads, these 20, 30-year-old guys. I think they need to find somebody who is more experienced and is in their age range and kind of understands where they're coming from musically, if that's the way they're going to go. And one thing I did want to mention, because, all this stuff is just crazy news, because Megadeth, at this current time, as I'm recording and uploading this video, they may put out a statement while I'm recording this video, but currently, right now, Megadeth have not said anything. Dave Mustaine, the band's Facebook, nothing has been stated by them. Shawn and Broderick announced this separately away from the Megadeth page. So Megadeth's been acting like nothing's happening. They've been posting stuff today about sign this and signing with this and join up in the Megadeth army, you know, whatever. And they've not said anything. So I'm just kind of dumbfounded. Like, they're completely ignoring the fact they lost half of their members within a 24-hour period of the first one announcing it. It's ridiculous. So there's a name been thrown around. There's a couple of names actually been thrown around, but who they could get. Chris Poland, Nick Menza, Marty Freeman, all these names. There's jokes. Get James Hetfield, get Lars Ulrich, get Kirk Hammett. Those jokes. But there was one name mentioned that I do want to mention in this video because this news is crazy, but I thought this would be a very interesting little thought. What do you guys think about this? Dave Lombardo. That's what I thought as well, if you're reacting like I am, if you've heard that for the first time. A couple of people had said, get Dave Lombardo. And if that happened, if Megadeth announces Dave Lombardo is in Megadeth, officially, that is a big kick in the face to Slayer. Because if you know the situation of how Dave Lombardo got fired from Slayer the last time that it happened, because he's been with the band and not with the band multiple times. Regardless of what you think about Dave Lombardo, his playing, Slayer, their music, whatever, that whole situation was very, very bad and very stupid. So that's a very big kick in the face. Hypothetically, if Dave Lombardo came into Megadeth, I personally can't see it, but that would be the most interesting choice out of all the names been thrown around for possibilities of replacements for now Megadeth. What do you guys think about this information? What do you think about Chris Broderick and Shawn Drover leaving the band? Do you think that they both are basically leaving for the reason that Chris Broderick brought up by himself? Shawn Drover did not say, but Chris Broderick said, due to musical differences and, artistic directions that the band's going, essentially. Do you think both of them think that way? Do you think only just Chris thinks that and Shawn wanted to leave for other reasons? What do you think about this information? Let me know in the comment section below. You know my thoughts. It's crazy. There's no telling what's going to happen. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm just waiting for Megadeth, Dave Mustaine, just to say something. Just say something. Even if it's like a one-sentence thing on the Facebook. We lost 2 guys, Dave Mustaine. Well, there you go. At least it's something. At least you're acknowledging the fact that you lost 2 guys. But it's not happening currently at this time. Anyways, that's the video. It's pretty crazy information. There's a lot of stuff going on. And this was something I did not expect. I just didn't expect it at all. So, like I said, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about this information? Where do you think Megadeth's going to be going after this? Let me know. I'm excited to see your comments, and maybe we'll have a little discussion. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.